Now here's what we are going to do. We are going to start creating all the background inside our Joomla template. If you notice, you are going to have this gray dark area all the way to the top. And then you are going to have this white area between the gray dark area and the light gray. So all that will be the background. Now if you are wondering how I decide which was going to be the height inside this area, well, that will be pretty much a trial and error. You will need to start testing when you start developing with CSS. But let me tell you what exactly I did. I actually, when I download these icons right here, all these icons, I knew that those icons were going to have a height. If you can notice in here, the height from those icons, well, I knew that the height was going to be 32 pixels. So I started thinking, if I want to put this icon in the middle of my top bar, okay, what do I need to do? I will need to increase the space at the top and at the bottom, and as a result I will need to create a gray top bar higher than the icons. And if I want that height to be even, I will need to increase probably 3 pixels at the top and 3 pixels at the bottom. And in that way I will be increasing the 32 pixels plus 3 pixels at the top and 3 pixels at the bottom. And you are going to have 32 plus 3, 35 plus another 3. You are going to have a total of 38 pixels height. For this example, we are going to create a 40 pixels, 42, probably 42 pixels height, and we are going to have on the icon 5 pixels on the top and 5 pixels on the bottom. Okay, so there we go. First of all, we are going to create the gray area, and we are going to go to File and New, and then we are going to create a 500 pixels times 500 pixels. Let me click 0 and click OK. Inside here we are going to use the rectangle tool, and we are going to draw a 64 by 64 square. If you can notice down below, you can actually see the dimensions. You are going to select 64 times 64. There we are. In this case we are going to be using the color, as you can see, B7, V9, VD. Then we are going to make a selection. Let me click in here on the pointer tool, and then we are going to go to texture down here and select the wood. Let's scroll down in here and click on the wood right there. Now the next step that you will need to do is to test if this square will work as a background. And how you can do that, you are going to make a selection on the square and then Ctrl C on your keyboard and Ctrl V. You are going to move the square in here, then you are going to copy and keep doing the same. Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Because in that way you can see right away if this square with this texture will be forming a good background. Ctrl C and then Ctrl V. If you don't notice anything strange, that will be fine, because sometimes and in some cases you are going to be able to see, let me show you in here, you are going to be able to see some, well, the dimensions inside the square, and what will happen, you are going to be able to see these, the shadows between the squares, okay? And we don't want that to happen. Right now we want to have a background that will look fine inside our Joomla template. So as you can see, this square will be fine. Let me just right click, well, Ctrl C inside the keyboard and Ctrl N so I can open a new window. And you are going to be able to see this new document. Click OK, then Ctrl V, and on this case I am going to change, let me click Modify and Canvas, then I am going to click on Canvas Size. Now what I am going to do next, it is going to depend, I believe, from your video card, and that should be inside your computer. If you have a low memory video card, I don't think you are going to be able to do this. If that happens, down below this video you are going to be able to download the final image, and that will be the final image that I am going to be creating right now. On the height I am going to select 6000 pixels and click OK. Then down here on the Y, I am going to choose 0 so I can move the square all the way to the top. Let me click in here on the X. There you are. What I am going to do next, I am going to start pasting the same cube all the way to the bottom. So I am going to keep doing this. Let me click on the cube, Ctrl C and Ctrl V and move it down. Okay? Then I am going to make another selection, Ctrl C and Ctrl V and move it down. You got it? Let me just make sure that I am actually, there you are. So I am going to keep continue the same and I will see you again when I finish this process. So as you can see, my friends, I have finished this image. If I increase, I will be able to show you that will be my image and that will be 6000 pixels. The next step will be creating the top part. We are going to use the same rectangle right here and then a 42 height. You can see the height down there and 42. There you are, 64. And now I am going to select a black color. There we are. Let me move this one to the right. Then while I am selecting this rectangle, I am going to go down here and increase, well, decrease the number probably to 20. Let me see how that will work. I guess that will be fine. Probably a little bit more. Click again and scroll down to 15. I guess that will be fine. The next step will be click again on the rectangle tool and we are going to draw another rectangle in here. Probably, let me see, I will choose 6 pixels. Click in there and we are going to select the solid inside solid and gradient, then linear, and we are going to probably eliminate. Let me see if I can eliminate down here. I am just going to click to 0. Okay, so I can eliminate any texture inside this rectangle. Then let me select down here probably this color, the CCC, and all the way to the top I am going to select the F, okay, the linear, and probably increase to this one to the 999. There you are. And now let me just click again and drop a shadow. Click on filters and shadow and glow. Drop shadow right there. And we are going to move this one to 270. Right there. Then I am going to decrease right here to the 2 and down here to the 2. Then I am going to decrease this number to probably 30. A little bit more, probably I will increase back to 40. There you are. Then, well, you know what, I am going to increase the size inside this rectangle. Down here I am just going to change from 64 to 100. There you are. Now let me move back so I can have right there. As you can see, I am moving back to the left this rectangle. And now, my friends, we have accomplished, well, we have finished the background. The next step will be to test this background. We are going to click on second up. Then on my right, we are going to try the PNG 32. And down here you can see the size of this image. We will need to reduce the size as much as we can. Let's make a selection on PNG. There you are. And that will be only 6 kilobytes. That will be fine. Let's go to File and click Export. And we are going to go inside the CMS Teachings folder. Let's click in there and inside the images. Click in there. Now we are going to be creating one main image, which will be the CSS sprite image. Inside that image we are going to be including the background and then the menu background and other things that you will find out in future videos. But for right now, let's give the name in here VG. Let me lowercase VG and click Save. Then we are going to click on Joomla Blockstar. Well, it will be my FileZilla. Let's go to Joomla 25 and then inside templates, there we are, CMS Teachings folder. Let me go back to my CMS Teachings and images. The image is in here and upload the new image. Right click and upload. There you are. Now we are going to click on CSS in here on my right and CSS on my left. We are going to go back to Komodo, and you know what? Let me open that CSS file inside my Komodo edit. Right here, right click, open with, and Komodo. We are going to Komodo and inside the body, okay? Inside the body, you are going to go back to the top, and inside the body in here, you are going to change the background. You are going to insert a new URL. So if you click space, then URL, and let me close that parenthesis. Inside here, you are going to write down dot, then diagonal, then the folder images, diagonal, and then the name of the image, that PNG. That will be the extension. Then outside the parentheses, click space and repeat, okay, X. That will be, well, this image will be repeating all the way inside the horizontal axis. Click in there, and then let's go to File and Save. Let's go and upload the new file. Right click and upload. Click OK, and we are going to go back and refresh. Now as you can see, you can actually notice the background inside this template. And my friends, you can start noticing that little by little we are going to be building this Joomla template until we finish, well, until we reach this final layout. For this video, my friends, that will be it.